recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games.
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at Zed Games AU.
Hello, you're listening to Zed Games. My name is Zahra, and with me in the studio this episode is...
Peter!
And...
Hazel!
Woo! And how are we all feeling on this fine episode that we're having right now?
Doing pretty good for a Thursday.
Pretty good for a Thursday.
Pretty good for a Thursday.
Pretty good for any day of the week, really.
That's awesome.
My favourite time.
How about you, Hazel?
I'm so good. I just got to participate in one of my favorite activities, which is making our show neighbors come in and record audio for us so that we can use it for our nefarious schemes.
Our nefarious schemes being asking them to record a little "You're listening to Zed Games" spot and maybe get some other voices on the show.
Yeah.
More voices. Support us.
We love our neighbours.
We love our community.
And I love games!
Yay!
And we are going to be talking about a whole bunch of games. We've got the week in gaming news. We've got a couple of reviews. We've got a review that you can play with another person. We've got a review that you probably would have played by yourself in a room surrounded by white walls that you can scribble all over. Guess what? It's time for the week in gaming news. All right, Peter, why don't you kick it off?
Australia finally bans gambling.
Yay!
In GTA Online. GTA Online players in Australia may have noticed that they've been blocked from in-game gambling features, preventing them from playing mini-games in the Diamond Casino. Casino House, 3-card poker, blackjack, roulette, slots, inside track and lucky wheel are now all off the table. Simulated gambling in Australia requires an R18 plus rating, which GTA Online has always done. While players have to use GTA money, it can be earned in-game or with real money. Money won in the Diamond Casino cannot be converted back into real money.
Look,
Yep.
I don't love gambling.
Yeah.
I'd prefer them to do it the other way, where those, pubs that have gaming rooms, change it to gambling rooms instead of gaming rooms.
Yeah. I feel like this is probably not the right place to start with Australia's gambling problem.
No.
But I'm not entirely against it.
No.
Yeah, I just kind of wish that they directed this energy, perhaps in a direction that's a little bit more, productive to society.
I get it. It's for an R18 game. I don't understand, being that it's already R18, why they disabled it for an R18 game. If they're worried about kids or otherwise getting addicted to it.
I really don't know, and the recent enforcements of these things seem to be more aesthetic than actually about mechanics that get you addicted to gambling.
Yeah, I don't know, loot boxes perhaps.
Gotcha. Just any gotcha game.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on. Move on. Wait no more. Godot is here.
Godot.
So, Godot is now the most used game engine for the Game Maker's Toolkit Game Jam as of 2026, with 47% of submissions using the free and open source game engine. Unity was second with 34%. Just as a little bit of point of a comparison, in 2022, only 16% of games were made with Godot, with Unity taking the lead at 61%.
That's a big leap in just a couple of years.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
4 years ago, Godot, I would say, was in its infancy, and now it is a mature toolkit that
has a lot of plugins.
I've heard from beginner developers who have picked it up and made very, very good games right off the bat.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of games coming on the Godot engine now.
Yeah, I feel like as it's sort of built momentum. I mean, that's the thing. It's it's built momentum as more people get into it. They word of mouth is hey guys, this is pretty cool. Get over here. Everyone puts their brains together because everyone loves a little bit of collaboration.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I can't wait for 5 years from now when we're all complaining about Godot slop. all these identical games that all have the same exact problems.
I don't like that. Stop talking.
I'm describing something that happened with Unity.
And then the Unity CEO changing the monetization system when that happens with Godot.
Well, it's free and open source, so we'll just fork it.
Yeah.
Anyway, a 1-week PlayStation boycott has been planned. Gamers unhappy with PlayStation's announcement that they would cease producing physical discs in 2028 are forming a movement urging players to boycott PlayStation from the 23rd of August to the 30th of August. In a statement, they've said, PlayStation has never felt more disconnected from its community. Ending physical discs feels like the last straw. We feel that this boycott period gives publishers and developers minimal impact while still giving players a voice. These dates overlap with the final open weekend of the free beta for Modern Warfare 4, as well as Star Wars Zero Company, Resonance: A Plague Tale Legacy, and Aliens: Fireteam Elite 2.
I love a boycott.
Yep.
We feel that this boycott period gives publishers and developers minimal impact while still giving players a voice.
It's 1 week.
It's one week.
Although I have been seeing some PlayStation specific streamers saying they're already doing it for a month, not just this 1 week.
I think that something people miss with boycotts and similar political acts of protest is that you actually have to have everybody doing the same thing and have your goals clearly communicated. Otherwise, the people on the other end are not really going to get what you're going for.
Yeah.
If everybody just says, no, we hate Sony, we're going to stop buying everything forever.
Well, everyone's always saying that.
Sony's probably not going to do anything. Whereas if you say, Sony, we love you, we'll come back if you say that you'll stop doing this, I feel like that's probably going to have more of an impact. So I think the 1 week boycott is pretty strategic.
Okay.
It's strategic. I just don't know how much of an actual impact on Sony corporate it's going to have.
I guess we'll see.
I think if they're looking at their graph and they see a big dip for 1 week and then it goes back to normal,
with the amount of people logging in and turning on,
they'll probably get the point.
Yep.
All right, news nibbles.
Woo! All right, what's going on with Xbox over there?
Peter?
Xbox platform goes down for 12 hours for some users. Chief Technology Officer Scott Van Vliet has apologized to gamers for 12 hours of downtime caused by an external licensing service failing, calling it unacceptable. In his post, he explains that the service failing caused some sign-in scenarios to fail, along with entitlement checks, or, in brackets, allowing you to access your library and launch games. Yeah, entitlement. Yeah. Pretty much it.
Oops. Oopsie doops. Speaking of oopsie doops, Bethesda accused of labor violations by the union. So Bethesda Game Studios Union 1BGS has brought a new legal complaint against the company, alleging that the studio is violating Canadian labor laws. The union says that Bethesda employees were informed that they would be laid off, but would stay until September 2026 while severance packages were negotiated. Instead, Canadian employees received termination emails on 17th of July stating that they would receive the bare legal minimum in terms of severance, which...
That is quite a way to phrase that. That is in quotes, I want to add. Bare legal minimum in terms of severance.
Corporate.
Yes.
Wow. Corporate decision making.
All right, and our last news nibble for today. Double Fine goes independent from Xbox and immediately lays off 23 developers. Right before Double Fine went independent, they had employed around 90 employees, and after going independent, ended up laying off 23 developers. Studio founder and CEO Tim Schafer said that only the survival of our studio would ever make us consider such a painful action. Our transition to becoming an independent company also means becoming a size we can sustain.
I have a lot of thoughts on this, but we don't have time to get into all of that. So let's just hop into the upcoming game releases.
All right, on the 30th of July, we have got Truxton Extreme coming to the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and the Switch 2. We've also got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 being ported to Switch 2, Leafy Corner by Fireline Games coming to PC, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and the Switch 1 and 2. We've got Constance being ported to Switch 2, and over to Zahra.
1st of August, we got Corsair Co. for the PC. And 4th of August brings Beast of Reincarnation for the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Final Fantasy 14... Wait, is that 14 online?
14 online.
For the Switch, is being ported to the Switch too.
Just
oh my goodness.
available on another console.
Wow.
Yes.
When possibilities just rushed over me. And a Big Walk by House will be coming to the PC, PS5, and Switch 2. And that's it this week in Gaming News.
This is Cowboy Bob, and you're all listening to Zed Games. Thank you, Clem Fandango.
Made for radio.
Yeah.
You're listening to Zed Games. My name is Zahra, and with me in studio this episode is Hazel and Peter.
Hey, yo.
And Peter, you have a review for us.
I do indeed. It's a review. It's a new review. Teeto. If you spent your childhood glued to a CRT screen, sacrificing whole weekends to a Nintendo 64 or PlayStation while running around as a bear and a bird or a purple dragon, Teeto will feel immediately familiar. From its opening scenes, the game radiates the warmth of the late 1990s or early 2000s character platformers. Its bright colours, unusual characters, and inviting hub world recall an era when exploration itself was half the fun of the game. It does not bury the charm beneath a grim storyline or heavy tutorials. Instead, it welcomes you into a colourful adventure that feels like a warm hug from gaming's past. At the centre of the story is T33T0, affectionately named Teeto, by his brilliant but chaotic creator, Nori. Teeto never speaks, but his expressive face, bouncy movements, and physical comedy make him a wonderful, likeable, silent protagonist. Nori is the main voice of the adventure though, riding along with him in a backpack, classic style, explaining the mission and delivering most of the dialogue. She created Teeto to fight the mysterious shadows spreading corruption across the world. The pair are also searching for Michaels, Nori's previous experiments that escaped her laboratory and scattered themselves across the landscape. The story is simple, but the contrast between silent, expressive Teeto, talkative Nori, gives it a warm and playful heart to the game.
Why Michael?
That's just what they called him, and they're all called Michael.
Okay.
There's Baby Michael, there's DJ Michael, there's First Day of School Michael, there's a lot of
I'm on
Michaels.
board. Okay, I'm on board now.
I found DJ Michael when we were playing before the show.
Wow.
The nostalgic first impression carries directly into the gameplay. Each area mixes jumping challenges, light combat, environmental puzzles, hidden collectibles, and peculiar characters who need help. The controls are responsive without being demanding, making it easy to settle into a relaxed rhythm of exploration. It is forgiving for newcomers while still giving platform fans plenty to investigate. The standout feature in Teeto's ability is his ability to absorb nearby materials and transform. Fire can melt ice, light dark spaces, electricity can power machinery, and flowers provide vine-like grappling abilities for crossing gaps. Other forms offer their own solutions, encouraging players to observe the environment and experiment. These transformations keep the levels lively and give Teeto its clearest identity. There is plenty to collect, including Vionites needed to unlock later acts, escaped Michaels, stars, and costumes. Searching for Michaels is especially enjoyable because each Michael has its own silly design or visual joke, making every discovery feel like a small comedy reward rather than an anonymous, annoying collectible. The main drawback is that progression is sometimes gated behind a required number of Vionites though, forcing some backtracking when you are ready to move on. Fortunately, the worlds are pleasant enough that revisiting them rarely becomes truly frustrating. Each act also ends with a lively boss battle. There is also something that I didn't get a chance to try out, but the game also supports local split-screen co-op, letting two players explore and solve puzzles together as fully independent, sentient-coloured blobs with accompanying backpack bunnies within a level. We have now played multiplayer since coming to the studio.
You two just played it. You just played.
I have now.
You just played a little bit of it together.
Indeed.
I saw
Peter,
you.
Peter, may I butt in here and say that what would a classic 3D platformer be without the bit where you find out that you don't have enough collectibles and you have to go back and hunt them down in the previous levels?
If you're a collectible classic, you do it 100% before you even move on from the level. That's just how I play. But it did it did prevent me from progressing when I missed one once, and I was just like, ah. Anyway. The soundtrack is by Mitch and Luke Duncan. It provides a cheerful backdrop for the forest, beaches, frozen mountains, and strange locations visited along the way. It becomes more energetic during boss encounters, but generally remains light and welcoming. They have created some good audio that nicely supports the game's colourful atmosphere. The voice acting is the stronger highlight though. Nori carries much of the narrative through her enthusiastic commentary and explanations, while Teeto does the whole silent protagonist thing. The wilder cast also commits wholeheartedly to the game's ridiculous characters and jokes, with the Australian and New Zealand flavoured performances giving the world a friendly storybook quality. Overall, Teeto is a warm, colourful and easygoing platformer that understands why the classics it resembles remain so beloved. It does not reinvent 3D collectathons, but it captures the pleasure of exploring cheerful worlds, meeting strange characters and discovering something silly around the next quarter. Teeto's transformations give the platforming and puzzle enough variety. The occasional hunt for more Vionites can interrupt the pacing, but it is difficult to stay annoyed when the worlds are inviting and the Michaels are entertaining once you go find them as well. With responsive controls, forgiving difficulty, charming performances, and local co-op, Teeto is a lovely choice for families, younger players, or anyone missing the warmth of Banjo-Kazooie, Spyro the Dragon, or more recently a Hat in Time or Ukulele. It feels very familiar in all the right ways. Teeto is available now on PC for $26.60 AUD. It is also available on the PS5 and Switch 1 and 2.
I feel a connection to overstimulated Michael.
Yeah.
The Michaels kind of remind me of Chows
Yeah!
from Sonic.
A little bit.
Yeah.
They have that sort of head shape.
Yeah, they have that little teardrop hairdo thing going on. I don't know if I can call it hair. They've got a spike on top of their head.
Yeah.
All right, and that is Teeto.
Teeto!
Before we go any further, I must respond to an allegation.
Oh, God.
In our little Zed Games group chat, when I mentioned earlier not getting all of the collectibles on the first run through of a 3D platformer, Paul said that I'm shocked to say this, but you're not autistic enough, Hazel. And I just want to say...
Slander!
They
Lies.
diagnosed me at like age 5, man. I'm the most autistic person you know. All right, let's move along.
Awesome. All right. I have a review, and I'm quite excited to talk about it. So without further ado, let's go. It's a linguistic puzzle. Remember the Tower of Babel. Hey! So you know when a game or a show comes out, and you see it, and you're like, wow. This is awesome. This is so up my alley. I've got to check it out sometime. And then you just sort of, that sometime just doesn't happen. It just falls through the wayside and you forget about it. And then you get recommended its trailer on YouTube years later and you think, oh, okay, sometime is now. I have finally picked up Chants of Sennaar, a beautiful linguistic puzzle game. It's captivating, it's vexing, and it makes that aha moment very satisfying. The concept is this. You're new in town, you're the traveller, and you don't speak the local language. You need to use context clues, deduction, and a bit of guessing to steadily build up a dictionary and translate. And you need to be able to understand what is being said because that's where you get your clues for the puzzles in the world. It's this whole universe, this whole world, this whole concept inspired by the myth of the Tower of Babel, which has personally been very, very fascinating for me since I was a child. Growing up in a multilingual household. So the game introduces this gradually. You come across a person, you don't understand them when they say blah blah blah, but they move to a lever and pull it, and then say blit, blah blah blah, point at me and gesture in a direction where there is another lever, one that I can access. I pull it and a way forward opens for the both of us. The game is beautiful. It's that sort of 3D art style with flat, rich, vibrant colors and simple outlines. Playing on my phone, it reads quite well and I can see what I need to see. It's also pretty easy to navigate as well, just with tap to move over there and tap to interact with the world. Chants of Sennaar is also available on the Switch and Steam as well, so you don't have to play it on your phone. But back to the linguistic puzzle aspect of this game. The language of this world is presented as glyphs of some sort, and if you tap on a glyph in the subtitles or on an ancient mural or some playing cards, you'll see its translation, if you have translated it. You have to work out the translation yourself. You're supposed to use context clues and a bit of reasoning and deduction to come up with your guess or theory for what a glyph means. And as you progress through the level, your theories might change because you notice that your first theory didn't really fit the context in which it was being used. So you update it, add more words, and if you solve the level, you get to have some words confirmed. It's an iterative process, and sometimes you do just have to take a stab in the dark. And if it doesn't make sense, you might need to just work through the sentence a bit. One tip I have is that it's better to make a guess than it is to not make any guesses at all. Seeing blank 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 guard blank blank doesn't mean anything, but maybe blank throw blank guard old man could mean something. And as you go, you kind of start to make observations and theories about the civilization you're learning to understand and hopefully reunite. For example, their children are just as mischievous and prone to trouble as any other. And as you follow or go along with things, you wonder to yourself, what am I getting myself into? What am I going along with? What are all these guards doing here? Why do some of these old stone murals seem to depict troubling events? Chants of Sennaar is a gorgeous, solid experience. I played it on my phone for the sake of convenience, but it's not a commuter game. You need to sit down with this game and commit yourself to at least 30 to 45 minutes of playtime. I did also have to limit myself to sessions that weren't too long because if I got stuck, getting frustrated about it really didn't help. Popping the game to the side for a bit and coming back with fresh eyes usually did the trick. It's a fun and engaging, sometimes frustrating experience, but it's also really satisfying to work through the problem and land on the words for down and up and see it used in reference to a puzzle and whoo baby, got it now. Let some time be now. Play that game you keep putting off. Maybe play Chants of Sennaar too. It was easy enough to navigate on my phone, but I also don't think I would have mind playing it on a slightly larger screen. And that is Chants of Sennaar, developed by runDISC.
How lovely.
Very nice.
And we are coming up to the end of the episode, but we're not going anywhere just yet. Because I have to tell you that we are coming up to a very exciting time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Don't jump the shark just yet because it's not time yet. But Radiothon is on the way, and I'm letting you all know because there's going to be a whole bunch of Radiothon events. There'll be shows. All the shows here at Full Triple Z are going to be hyping it up with the big energy, big smiles, and we'll also be joining in the festivities with a indie dev night on the 13th of August at Lost Souls Netherworld. This is a bit of a special Radiothon special. How many times can I say special?
It's very special. You should say it as much as you want.
Yeah. And we have another amazing assortment of games. So we will be joined by Mozentim, which is a hectic, weird platform, like parkour platformer.
Hard to describe, but you should check it out. You'll get it when you see it.
Yeah, you'll get it when you see it. There'll also be Doubtbound, which is this sort of like deductive reasoning, figure out who's actually the bad guy in your party kind of game. We had both of these games as part of our Amplify Games showcase at Queensland Games Festival. We'll be seeing Super Robot Survivors for the first time. This will be its first public appearance, and that's by Jono and Pete. And there's a game called Toil and Trouble, which is a witchy game with a mischievous little twist. Like oink. Super Pain Toad Carnage, which is all about, well, dealing with cane toads especially up far north. Speaking of amphibians, Untitled Frog Brawler will also be there. That was an Amplify Games special. You can now have another opportunity to check it out. It's a pretty cool beat 'em up kind of game. You gotta beat things up, otherwise you explode.
Untitled Frog Brawler, it says it all.
Yeah, it really does.
We got an amphibious double header.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm not even too sure which one's going to be in the King Toad room at Netherworld.
Make them fight.
We'll also have You'll Meet the Devil at a Crossroads, which is a tabletop game. They're doing like sort of a special version of it that's a little bit shorter. Normally it runs for 90 minutes. It's going to be like 15 minutes instead, but that's going to be cool. And we also have Pigs in a Row as well, which is
Oink, oink.
Oink, oink. We got 2 little piggy games, 2 frog games.
We got the whole barnyard.
We've got them all over here.
You know what we used to do with cane toads when I was a kid?
What did you used to do?
We had an ice hockey stick. And we would just kind of slide it under them gently and then launch them over the fence.
Oh dear. If you're taking care of cane toads in your area, make sure you do so humanely. You can go to the RSPCA website. They've got some info about how to do that there.
Probably don't do what I was doing.
Yeah, probably don't do that. That's not really... Yeah, Anyway, so 13th of August over at Lost Souls Netherworld from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Entry is free. The games are free. There will also be very, very special posters for sale. Designed...
And who were they designed by?
Designed by me.
Oh, yay!
Zahra.
I'm not sure many people have seen them yet. Have they been posted yet?
Not yet, but you will all be able to have a look at them on socials tomorrow.
Well, Zahra won't say this because they're modest, but the posters look fantastic.
I'll have to add a 4th one to my collection.
There you go. It's got references to past radiothons. It's also got references to 4ZZZ. We have Mount Cootha in the background over there. That iconic silhouette with our transmitters up there. 4ZZZ is very special to me.
Me too.
And coming up to Radiothon, it's my favourite time of the year. It's the time for me to remember why I joined 4ZZZ in the first place, why I joined Zed Games, and why I'm still here, like 6 years later. Which is kind of... Peter, how long have you been here for now?
2022?
2022,
so 4 years?
So about 4 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
My goodness.
And I think, Hazel, that
Wow.
would be about 5 years for you then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Woof. What a chapter.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. No, it's good. This is awesome.
Indeed.
4ZZZ is going to be turning 51 this year as well. That is at 51. The market day.
And our sponsorship manager informed us just before the show started that we will be having some giveaways on our show during Radiothon.
How could I forget? On top of like the usual Radiothon draws you can go into, there will be giveaways going on pretty much at all hours.
I believe it was some movie tickets.
Yeah. So if you're into the screen, tune in. But that's all I have to say about that. It's time for us to like head off and skedaddle and go home and play some more games. But we'll be back next week, as always. Same time, same place, same frequency, probably a different crew. But we'll be bringing our beautiful smiles and our thoughts and opinions on various events. In the meantime, everyone, take care, stay safe, and play lots of games.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app.
Or find us on socials at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.